Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play The Witcher 3. So we're finally back after a short break for the holidays, which actually turned out to be a day longer than I originally planned, because I came back later than I expected and I didn't have the time to record yesterday. But I'm recording now, so we should be back to the normal schedule. And we were actually in the middle of a quest. We are following Dandelion's trail, which, probably unsurprisingly, is a trail of ladies. And one of them is actually pretty close by. It's over here. Elihal. So, let's continue with this quest and check this out. I actually think I have been to the tailor already. So yeah, this is very familiar. Let's have a look.
Welcome. Do
Oh,
come in.
well, I didn't remember the fact that this was you. This is not what I expected. Okay, Elihal, let's talk.
I'm a friend of Dandelion's, looking for Elihal.
You've come to the right spot. How might I be of service? Need something shortened? Patch your trousers, darn your socks.
You Elihal?
Yes. Now pick your jaw up off the floor.
Sorry, I thought Elihal was one of Dandelion's girlfriends.
Garrett looks so confused.
So it's that. Wait here.
Uh-oh. Uh-huh.
Any better?
I see. Well,
So you're...
Elihal.
Garrett's facial
Did you and
expressions.
Dandelion... I mean... How did you two meet?
I met him one night in a tavern. He was blind drunk.
Okay, and then what happened?
What happened?
What do you think? We spoke.
That's it.
I'm not sure what you're getting at, but I should make one thing clear. Men don't interest me. Told him that as well. Luckily, Dandelion's an open-minded fellow. We had a lovely evening. He became a loyal customer afterwards.
Well, he was certainly interested in you, though. So when did you last see him?
Dandelion visit your shop often?
I tried many times to talk him into a decent doublet. Sadly, he'd only come in to get a button reaffixed or a hole patched.
When did you last see him?
Some time ago. He brought in one of Zoltan's jerkins, insisted I sew on an extra pocket. Odd as requests go, I had the distinct feeling he'd actually come to talk.
Okay, and what did you talk about?
What did you and Dandelion talk about? He asked about anything in particular?
Let me think. Had an ordinary chat, really. Although, indeed, he did keep asking about Kalkstein. If Dandelion and I hadn't laid our cards on the table at the start, I might have suspected he had a history with the alchemist. He spoke like a lovesick beau. In fact, he desperately wished to meet with him.
Kalkstein's in Novigrad? Wouldn't mind seeing him myself.
You're too late, I fear. The witch hunters nabbed him recently, burned him at the stake in
What?
Hierarch Square. But
No,
as he
not
perished, the
Kalkstein.
goings-on impressive. Fiery beasts circled his pyre, then rose into the sky and exploded to form letters.
Really? What did they spell?
Radovid sucks flaccid cock.
Well, at least he did go out in style, but no, not Kalkstein. I like Kalkstein. That sucks. So, yeah, not that it's any of my business, but since they offer me this question, sure, let's ask.
I know this is none of my business, but why do you...
Why do I dress up? As a child, I dreamt of becoming a Doppler when I grew up. I became a tailor instead. Discovered clothing. Costumes can express all the complexities of one's personality. I'm a Redanian countess one day, a dockside thug the next. That is true freedom. Have you never thought to become someone else? Even for a moment? Must be horribly boring being a witcher all the time.
I managed to stay interested.
Well, or maybe you just lack the imagination for anything else. But yeah, I can understand that reason. As good as reason as any. And dressing up is actually quite fun. So yeah, thanks for your help.
Thanks for your help, and nice to meet you.
I can help with much more. If you need new trousers or a vest, you know where to find me.
Yeah, I don't think I need any at the moment. And I'm pretty sure I already talked to Elihal and we played Gwent and all that stuff. So yeah, I guess I just go and find my next person on my list. Yeah, they're all over here in this part of the city. So let's go there, and maybe they can be a little bit more helpful, because so far I haven't really found out anything too useful. Except that he was looking for Karkstein, and Karkstein is dead, which sucks, by the way. It also shows very clearly that this isn't about, you know, the Sorcerer's Lodge anymore. Or magic, because, I mean, Karkstein wasn't a mage. He just studied stuff that may be, you know, connected to magic. However, I mean, magic isn't, you know, some superstition in this world. It's actually a real observable part of the natural order. So studying magic is essentially science in this world. So, it is kind of weird that Radovid would persecute scientists and herbalists who are basically like healers. You would think that in times of war a ruler would need people like these. So, you know, either he's just, you know, completely insane and paranoid about anything that is even remotely connected to magic, or there are other reasons. I mean, it has been suggested that it may be economic reasons, because, you know, they confiscate people's properties. Or maybe he doesn't really care and it's just, you know, collateral damage, because apparently he uses the Eternal Fire people to do his work, and they seem to be the fanatical ones that, you know, reject everything that may be different and not entirely human and stuff like that. So Radovid himself may not care about, you know, alchemists and stuff like that, but he just accepts their persecution because, you know, it pleases the Church of the Eternal Fire. That could be a reason. So we have one of them in here, Marabella.
Excuse me, I'm looking for Marabella.
I am she. Wait outside, class is in session.
Alright, sure, I will wait.
I'll wait.
It won't take long. It turns out he'll not come after all. Why not? A rat bit him, and he's caught a fever.
Where'd he get bit?
It hurt him much.
Will he die?
You don't die from rats, stupid.
Yes, you do. Just the other day I saw a witch hunter tell a man, "You rat," and then he killed him.
Liar. That's enough. We're done for the day. Gather your things and go home.
Wonder if the rat
Alright,
factory
apparently the
is
lesson
there.
is over,
Like as
so
not.
let's go and talk to her.
Mum says that if
Now can we talk?
Yes. What do you want?
I know you saw Dandelion recently.
Oh, yes. Longest afternoon of my life.
He read you his poems.
No. We perused the illustrated guide to fungi.
Maybe... No. Won't even try to guess why he wanted to do that.
Mould. That was his interest. When his hand abandoned my knee to point at a figure of penicillium, I knew the fire between us had died. Permanently.
I wonder if all of these are metaphors. So, did you see him later?
See Dandelion after the fungus incident?
No. I even considered granting him another chance. His heart of hearts is pure gold. He simply needs a bit more discipline in his life. But he never came back to see me. So I thought if it's done, it's done.
Yeah, he did write a poem about you, though.
Found a poem Dandelion wrote about you. Portrayed you as an unusually talented individual.
Really? Did he mention my poetry? Horses have always fascinated me. I've always longed to extol their noble beauty. Did you see any of my work at Dandelion's? Mere exercises, true, but I'd be curious to know what you thought of them.
No. Didn't see any.
Gee up! A snakely whip rose skyward. Gee-haw! Crack! She reined the beast in. The stallion danced betwixt her thighs. Lather bathed its chinny chin.
Sorry, don't know much about poetry.
That's a very diplomatic answer. So, yeah, thank you anyway.
Thanks for your help. Farewell.
That was an entirely weird conversation. And once again, it didn't help me at all. Anyway, I guess I can take all of this stuff before I leave. Maybe you have some nice books for me? No, it's all the same book. School should have more books. Well, that's another book, but I have read it already. And I can't actually load that over here. Ooh, ballads. Probably more of her writings. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I read that too. Oh, it's this school. I have seen this poster before, yeah. I remember that. Alright, I don't think I'm going to find anything interesting here, but I can't leave without looting everything. Alright, so I have two more lists, two more ladies on my list. Molly and Rosa Attre. Well, I guess we can talk to Molly first.
Where are ya?
Maybe she will be
My mummy
more
says
helpful.
hello.
Also, apparently, the Nowhere. This is another inn. I need to remember that because I haven't been in here before.
Think I pissed me trousers.
So I would have a look at that later. Can I go through here? My map kinda indicate that I can. Oh, I can go through here. Okay. That works out for me. So, apparently I will find Molly in this noble estate.
I need a belt set with silver studs. I'll have it for
Where? Exactly. Oh, she's near the barber's place. Okay, okay, this should be it.
This Baronet's Lavallette's villa.
Shouldn't interest you. The Baroness don't mingle with just anyone.
Don't worry. I'm here to see your chambermaid, Molly.
Out of the way. Baroness is riding out. Be gone.
Geralt of Rivia at my doorstep?
Surely this is no chance encounter?
Greetings, Baroness. Greetings, General. You're right. I'm here for a reason.
There's no mistaking you. But for etiquette's sake, Mary Louisa Lavalette, an Imperial General and a Witcher meet. And know each other. Surprising.
We've met before. Well, I did meet him. And if I'm not mistaken, she's the mother of Aryan Lavalette. I do remember meeting him. I'm not sure about the mother, but I may misremember.
We've met before.
And how? Imagine this, Louisa. The Emperor desired a chat with the Witcher. I, too, was fortunate enough to meet him then.
So Geralt of Rivia now works for Emperor Emir. Interesting. Has Var Emry sent you to rid Novigrad of monsters?
Looking for a girl named Molly. Heard she works here.
My maidservant. I'm afraid she's currently at the home of my dear friend Patricia Vegelbud.
Perhaps Geralt could accompany us. He could speak with Molly at the races.
Is that something you'd consider, Witcher? Care to partake of some sophisticated diversion?
Find my own way to the Vegelbuds. Happy to go with you. I'm going to assume that I can probably shorten this by just going with them, and they will just take me to that place, so sure, let's do it.
Well, if Molly'll be there.
On our way, then.
I may not be very sophisticated, but some diversion wouldn't be too bad. Oh, this is the place with the race course. I see.
My father owned a similar estate in Bruges. As a young girl, I'd travel there often to ride.
Shall we look at the horses? Do you like horses, Geralt?
I guess so. Called every horse I've had Roach.
The grey mare is Cantarella, sired by Cahir, the champion from Vol.
Grey's a nice color. For horses, too.
My coin's on the black stallion, Nemrod, purest Nilfgaardian stock.
Surprised he didn't salute you, General.
I don't think this guy really appreciates your sense of humor, Geralt. So, what about the others?
Know anything about the chestnut or the bay?
The chestnut is Thunderbolt, a pure-blood Britannian, gallant steed, but too headstrong for my taste, difficult to control. And the bay hails from Zerrikania. Lord de Volte acquired him recently. I know little about him, though Zerrikanians are reputed to have incredible stamina.
And yeah, I still would like to talk to Molly.
Is Molly a horse?
Geralt.
Pardon?
I did come here to see Molly, after all.
Patience, Witcher. She ought to arrive soon. I asked Molly to join us as soon as she was done with her chores. She shouldn't be long now.
All depends what you asked her to do, milady. But I don't really have a choice. I'll wait.
So, apparently you know a lot about horses, huh?
Seem to know your horses.
No is not the word. Morvrand's a true expert.
I find them to be far more honest than men. Must say, I'm curious how you manage in the saddle, Witcher.
Mostly just try to stay in it.
What would you say to a little race?
Not what I came here for.
Don't make me beg, Witcher. Tell you what, win, and I shall give you my finest saddle. Made in Nilfgaard proper of beautifully tanned leather.
Well, how could I reject that? Let's race.
Why not? Wouldn't mind seeing if your knowledge of horses translates into riding skills.
Well said. So, which steed do you choose, Witcher?
Can't I take my own horse? I I feel I should take the grey one just because of the color. The chestnut was the uncontrollable one. Well, feels like a good choice for him as well. I feel that he would be able to control that horse. Oh, I don't know. Oh, the Hurricanian with a lot of stamina. Now let's take the grey one.
The grey mare looks nimble. Besides, knew a man named Kai here once. I'll go with her.
I'll not ride with you, but I shall bet on a steed. Nemrod will win, no matter the rider.
In that case, I shall try my luck on the Zeracanian Bay. I see no point in delaying this.
All
Let's
right.
begin.
So let's see how great this horse really is.
Come on, Witcher. Let's see what you're made of.
Yep,
Let's
let's
go.
see.
Don't
And
spare the horse.
I need to pay attention to my map. Well, she's fast, but I mean, the stamina won't last forever.
Come on, Witcher. Let's see what you're made of.
Don't worry, don't worry. Just need to give the horse a little break in between.
I adore the speed, the rush of air.
It seems that your opponents are kind of rubber bending though, so they kind of slow down when you slow down,
Come on,
so
Witcher. Let's see what you're made of.
I feel it shouldn't be so difficult to win this. There we go.
What a thrill! A beautiful victory!
Thanks.
For one for whom every horse is a roach, you carry yourself exquisitely in the saddle. My congratulations. That is yours.
Alright.
Now, could I talk to your chambermaid, milady?
Ah, yes, Molly. That is why you came here after all. The portly young woman. That's her.
Speak to her. And you must find us when you're ready to return to Novigrad. We'd be delighted to join you for the journey.
Okay, so let's
Nothing
go and
hurts
talk
as much as life.
to Molly. I assume I don't actually have to take the satellite. I just get it, right? So let's talk about Dandelion.
I'm Molly, my lord. Wish to see me?
Call me Geralt.
Geralt! That Geralt! The one Dandelion's rescued time and time again!
Yeah, right. That guy.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't be here if not for Dandelion.
Told me all about your adventures. How he'd ready you for battle with his songs. How he tamed the Karen by playing his lute.
I meant that literally. Dandelion's why I'm here. Came to ask you about him. Know where he might be?
No. Sadly, I haven't got a clue. We've not seen each other in ages. The Baroness don't approve of our acquaintance. Says Dandelion's a good-for-nothing layabout. Can you imagine? But... or maybe his sister could help you. Such a nice girl.
His sister? I feel that Garrett is slowly starting to get annoyed by this quest. Yeah, tell me about the sister.
You do realize Dandelion doesn't have a sister.
Sure he does. Saw him myself. Funny, she don't look like him at all. Blonde, for starters. Maybe they've different fathers.
Mm-hmm. Different mothers, too.
Maybe. But you could see he cares for her. Looks after her. The way he carried her packages and...
Know where I can find her, Dandelion's sister?
I know. Whenever I asked Dandelion when we'd visit her, he'd grow all quiet and then change the subject.
So what did you talk to him about?
Any chance you remember your last conversation with Dandelion?
Course. He came to borrow some coin for a barge.
What? Why do you need a barge?
To take me on a romantic cruise of the canals by the light of the moon. Said there'd be strawberries and that wine with the bubbles, and he'd sing me arias. But I've not seen him since.
Well, thank you anyway.
Thanks, Molly.
Wait, before you go, I've got a request. Dandelion told me once he'd show me his etchings, but he never did. And I'd so like to see 'em.
Won't be too hard to convince him. He loves showing off those etchings to anyone he can.
Oh, that's wonderful! Thanks, and good luck to you on your search.
Okay, well, I guess the blonde lady might be a clue, but without knowing who she is and where to find her, it's not exactly helping me either. And what about the barge? That's all kind of weird.
I'm sick. Sick of it all.
Let me have a quick look around here, then I will return to Novigrad because I still have one last
Another
person that I can
drifter
talk
into
to.
Samaria.
They have some nice horses here though. Gotta give them that.
Sick of it all.
Alright, so where would I
Youth
find
these days, hair-brained, all of them.
my company so that I can go back
Nothing
to...
hurts as much as life.
Oh, I think they're upstairs. Yeah, let's go back to Novigrad, and I will, I'm pretty sure I will come back to this place at some point anyway. But for now, I want to continue with this quest, so
Geralt,
let's talk
there
to
you
them.
are. Shall we return together?
Yep, let's go.
Gladly. It's a long way to Novigrad. Road ought to seem shorter with some company.
I'd say the same. Well then, let's go. And here we are. Thank you for your company.
Not at all.
Likewise. See ya.
Okay, so, let's hope our last contact has some useful information for us, and I mean, she's actually pretty close by. Let's go and talk to her right away. Oh, this must be the place. I see enough guardians. But I need to go inside.
What do you want?
I am the new swordplay instructor. I'm the new cook. I would like to see Garrett in the kitchen. But, he probably has more luck and will be more convincing as a swordplay instructor. And if I remember correctly, Rosa is interested in swordplay, so this would make sense.
Rosa of Attre is expecting me. Supposed to give her lessons in swordplay.
Come with me. Miss Rosa awaits.
Alright, this worked perfectly.
Won't you realise what you've gotten yourself into?
Hope so too.
Miss Rosa's got a downright beastly temper. Shows no mercy once she grips a sword.
Okay, let's go and talk
Grab
to
a wooden
her.
one. Take care not to hurt the little miss. Follow me.
Washed your hair lately?
And show me the good lady.
You're my new instructor? Well, well, Papa clearly went out of his way this time. Wood, to start with. I must know your worth.
I guess that's why I picked up the wooden sword on my way here. Okay, let's go.
choice.
Let's see.
Why bother with two
Well, she
swords when you can
certainly
barely
can
handle
hit
one?
quite nicely.
Damn it! Well fought. You're much better than the last one.
I'm not actually your swordplay instructor.
Really? Then who are you? And how on earth did you get in?
The guards let me. Well, that is true, but maybe I should be a little bit more forthcoming with my information.
I'm a witcher. I'm looking
A witcher? That's splendid. I always wanted to meet a witcher. This is so exciting.
Why?
What's so exciting about it?
Living on the edge. Tracking, then facing down beasts. Sleeping under the stars. Oh, it must be wonderful.
Try fighting a Zoogle while up to your neck in sewage. Nothing quite like it.
Not one of the high points, I suppose. Wait, weren't you about to ask me something?
Right, I need to talk about Dandelion, but, you're actually pretty good with a sword.
Before I ask, gotta admit, you do pretty well with a sword. One pointer. Don't expose your left flank when you dodge.
Oh, I know. Terrible habit. Can't seem to get rid of it. I'd hoped to find someone in Novigrad who could help me to do so. But don't you dare try to dazzle me with advice. Already admitted you're not here to give me lessons.
Well, some free advice, doesn't hurt, right? But yeah, let's talk about Dandelion.
Came to ask about your rhetoric tutor, Dandelion.
Rhetoric tutor? Good one. That is why Papa hired him, but not at all what the bard had in mind. He mostly played his lute and sang for us. I believe he thought he was wooing.
Mean he wasn't? But you had some sort of relationship.
If you call him chasing after me a relationship. Even so, there was nothing between us. Seems my sisters had a bit of fun at our expense. But enough chatter. Stand and fight. I demand a rematch.
Uh-huh. Why? Okay, but apparently we're having a rematch now.
Lost your nerve?
Let's see what you are made of.
Stop gloating and fight!
Well, I'm sure she could do some good damage with a real sword. I mean, she's doing some pretty good damage even with wooden sword.
Why bother with two swords when you can barely handle one? Damn it!
I like that lady. She has
If you're
spunk.
not an instructor, you should certainly be one. Fancy giving me a few private lessons?
Is that a code for something? Well, if it's actually, you know, lessons, why not?
Can't rightly refuse a request from a lady.
What are you two lovebirds whispering about? You asked about my relationship with Dandelion? Well, here's the mix-up's mastermind. Edna var Attre, the greatest mischief maker north or south of the Yaruga.
Maybe this is the mysterious blonde lady. But yeah, care to explain this?
Sorry, you lost me.
You're not the first to be confused. I'll explain. Edna sent Dandelion some love letters. She signed my name. Conceited as he is, naturally he fell for it. I was left to repel the aging bard's advances. Rosa, I had the best of intentions, you know that. I felt you needed help taking the first step. You blushed every time he sang a ballad. He'll next sing at your funeral if you don't stop it right now.
Calm down, ladies. No poet's worth two sisters nipping at each other's throats.
Especially not this one.
Listen, I just want to know one thing. Either of you seen Dandelion lately?
Edna might have. I certainly have not. My dear sister, I would never spend time alone with a man for whom you burn with a secret passion. Burn with passion? For one who incessantly praises another woman's talents? Afraid I've more sense than that.
Okay, can we get back to the topic, please? Tell me more about Dandelion, please.
Dandelion act any different lately? Notice anything strange?
Strange? Not really. It's no use, Geralt. She's so enamored she'd hardly notice if he turned into a werewolf. Edna, what? You needn't pretend he followed convention. Remember when he took us to the cemetery?
Rhetoric lessons in a cemetery. Unusual even for Dandelion.
We set out to visit the graves of celebrated Oxenford professors. He ended up quizzing us about Margrave Henkel.
Who?
Eccentric old coot. Died recently. He'd apparently been an important and generous patron of the arts as a young man.
Okay. I still don't quite understand what's going on here.
Bet sophisticated young ladies like you know a bunch about politics.
We've picked up a few things. What would you like to know?
So, how's the war going?
Wonder how the war's going. Any outcome looming?
Papa says much depends on Radovid, and on who captures Novigrad first.
What's Novigrad got to do with it? Free city. Never taken sides. Always stayed out of conflicts.
Oh, even children know Novigrad's home to the world's largest fleet. And they say the city's treasury's bursting with enough to equip 2 armies.
Emperor continuing to push north. Courtiers must be ecstatic.
His confidants must be. But Papa says that's not likely to last much longer.
Why not?
Papa says the war's disrupting trade, and people are tired of financing the Emperor's adventures.
Alright. Well, that's some interesting information, but it still doesn't help me.
Changing subjects.
So, back to Dandelion.
Who'd Dandelion sing about? Know anything about her?
I believe she's a poetess, or trebaritz. Very skilled and exceptionally talented, of course.
This woman. Not a local, right?
I seem to remember him praising her melodious Kaviri accent. Makes sense. He referred to her as Calonetta a few times. Bizarre names are common in Kavir.
Gotta ask Zoltan about this Calonetta.
Okay, so maybe this is the lady we're looking for. Okay, well, thanks, I guess.
Been a pleasure, but I've got stuff to take care of.
Exceedingly nice to meet you. Please come again. Well, can I expect any more lessons in future?
So, any specific time in mind?
Awfully convincing, miss. Wonder where you learned it. Name the time and place.
House here, tomorrow. Same time as today.
See you then.
See you, Master Witcher.
She's not impressed. I can read your mind, Garrett. I know what you're thinking. Alright. Here we go. So we finished... Well, we didn't quite finish it because apparently we still need to talk to Zoltan. And yeah, I lost quite a bit of health in that little training exercise here. But after a few days without playing, I must admit I'm slightly out of practice. So bear with me.
Kessen?
Yeah, I guess we will come back for the training lessons later. I actually hope they're real training lessons and not what Garrett probably thinks it is.
Well, well, another freak.
That would be kind of funny. I'm probably going to get lost in this house. This is huge. But maybe I should actually stay inside and loot the place before I leave. So, let's have a quick look around. Raspberry juice. always find new food stuff. Silver pantaloons. Sadly, you can't actually wear them. I think I found some of them before and they're just junk and you can sell it, but you can't put silver pantaloons on Geralt. Alright, yeah, let's go back to Zoltan for now. I mean, I have to come back here anyway to give her her lessons. So the guards will probably just let me in again. Okay, let's head back to the I guess we're going back to the place where we met Zoltan and see if maybe he found out more information, because I mean he was going after a few women as well, right? So maybe if we compare notes we can figure this out.
What's he doing here?
I was faffing about minding my own business when suddenly up he pops and heals. Arms for the poor.
Why is your hair so grey, darling?
Brought for work.
Alright, this should be the place.
How are you keeping, Bobby? Monsieur Zoltan, you old bird? What's this? Haven't even drunk her water? Naughty bird. Now repeat. Savoury crackers.
What on earth are you doing, Zoltan? Is that an owl? Why? Why are you having a chat with an owl?
Ah, you're back! You met Poppy? She ought to start talking any day now.
She's an owl, not a parrot. Yeah, I don't think owls can talk, Zoltan. By the way, owls make me think of Philippa Eilhart. Maybe it's her.
Zoltan, venture to say a mage would have trouble turning that owl into a parrot.
Sure you know me that well? Mark my words, she'll be playing quint with us in no time. But we want to talk about Dandelion. So, how'd you do? Learn much?
So, you're not going to give me an explanation of why you suddenly have an owl sitting in here? Yeah, tell me what you found out.
Tell me what you've got first.
A few bruises and a torn doublet. Otherwise, not much a note. He wasn't staying with any of them. I'd not seen hide nor hair of him in ages. All I learned was a few of Dandelion's pickup lines. Of dubious worth.
Well, Garrett could always use some pickup lines.
Let's hear him. I'm all ears.
I know how he wooed a lass studying natural history. Asked her about the habits of trolls. You know where he went with the cook from the Passiflora? The Oxenfurt-Novigrad Road, which is just now being repaired. Made her stare for hours as labourers crushed boulders into cobblestones, trying to pass it off as a romantic outing. I don't know about human woman, but that would bore a dwarven lass to tears. He's growing old, that poet of ours.
Maybe. Or maybe he did all that for a reason.
Sounds like you found something out.
Well, a few things, maybe.
Women on my list hadn't seen Dandelion in a while. All claimed he had been acting strange. Also mentioned he'd been seeing someone else. Thing is, Mystery Woman wasn't on my list.
What's she supposedly like, this lass?
Blonde, from Kovir. A Troberitz, apparently, named Kalanetta or something like that.
That makes it clear as crystal. It's Priscilla. Aye. Must be her.
So who is this Priscilla?
Who's this Priscilla?
A Troberitz, like you said. Quite popular of late. Like some Dandelion with a pair of tits and you've got the general idea.
Interesting image. So how'd Dandelion handle meeting his female double?
I think he fell in love.
That's big news.
What can I say? Could be he finally met his match.
She's his match, all right. Maybe more. The laddie's head's on fire. Lassie's got him whirling.
All right. Guess we gotta talk to her.
Priscilla works for the Mummers troupe. Reynard and the Foxen. Whenever they're in town, she performs nightly at the Kingfisher.
Mean we've been sentenced to an evening of poetry?
Must you always? This'll be true poetry, Geralt. You'll see.
Okay. So we need to go to the Kingfisher after sundown to meet this Priscilla lady. But yeah, the sudden and rather unexplained appearance of an owl in here leaves me rather suspicious. It was Philippa Eilhart who could turn into an owl, right? So, I don't know what this is all about. Anyway, I think the episode is long enough for now, so let's make a cut here, and we will follow up on this in the next episode. So, as usual, thank you for watching, and see you again next time.